Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander Score studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, the community responds in a big way to a big question from Morrow, the head designer at Wizards. What is that question and what does the community say? Well, let's jump into it. So, Mark Rosewater, better known as Morrow, on Tumblr, it was asked, I know this is a big ask, but please no direct-to-modern sets. If you guys must, at least make it so that it is standard legal, so it is standard level in power. I guess that wasn't really an ask, that was more of a, please do this, instead of like a question. Mark Rosewater responded, let's do a poll. And the poll is, do you like having some Magic sets that have a higher power level than standard legal sets? And I encourage you to vote on this poll as well. I think that there is a healthy discussion around this. And if we see the results of this poll, we see 36.4% said, yes, I like having the higher power level sets than standard. No at 45%, and I don't care at 17.7%. So, I mean, you could kind of, utilize stats to say however you want. You could be like, yeah, people either say yes or don't care at 55% of the time, or you could say like they say no or I don't care at whatever that math is, essentially 64% of the time. But yeah, as we can see, essentially with this, when it comes to if you just break it down between yes and no, more people out there are saying no than yes. Though, of course, there is a good amount that do say yes as well. This is interesting because moving forward, again, we are getting 6 standard sets, and that might become a thing each year as well, which means that the power level, of course, is going to be slightly adjusted moving forward, because we might not have, as many or any direct-to-modern sets moving forward, at least for a while. We shall see. Now, when I'm saying direct-to-modern, I mean, and we'll go through these here in a little bit, and what potential implications they have on Commander, because they are pretty big implications on Commander. Talking about, like, Modern Horizons, or, like, better known as, some people say, Commander Horizons, but, Commander Masters type things as well. We shall see. So, when it comes to this again next year, let's just take a quick look at the actual kind of like roadmap. Again, next year we have, which was announced, 6 sets that are going to be in standard, meaning that they're going to be standard power level. Meaning that, again, things that they might have been, initially building for, they had to adjust down to a certain power level that is not seen, again, in modern. No, I mean, not seen in modern. It's the opposite. The power level is going to be lower than what you'd see in a direct-to-modern set. When it comes to direct-to-modern, again, that became a thing back in Modern Horizons 1. Now when it comes to just how many cards we've gotten from direct-to-modern sets that are incredibly impactful in Commander, it might surprise you, but we have a ton of them that are, well, yeah, very, very good in Commander and very, very played in Commander. As you can see just from Modern Horizons 1, and this is Modern Horizons 1, not a reprint, is Commander. I mean, not is a Commander. If you haven't used Scryfall syntax, make sure you check that out, because Scryfall is an invaluable resource for Commander players such as myself. And yeah, learning the syntax, Eddie is an expert at it. I am okay at it. Can really help you when it comes to searching for certain things. But yeah, again, generous gift. The other 5 talismans of the opposite colors that we didn't have previously, Prismatic Vista, Force of Negation, a lot of really good cards, Ephemerate, a lot of really good cards from the very first Modern Horizons, again, outside of Commanders themselves, that see a lot of play. The Waterlogged Grove, like, sacrifice, draw a card cards as well, again, another sword, a lot of very, very impactful cards in Modern Horizons, that also, again, made an impact in Modern Horizons and Modern, but also an impact in Commander, of course, as well. And then we see when it comes to the Commanders, yeah, some making different kinds of impacts, like, hey, Yawgmoth's here. Gross, very pushed. Urza, absurdly pushed. Perhaps the most pushed Commander ever at the time. Still one of the most pushed Commanders of all time. Morophon, which kind of gave access to, basically, if you've always been looking for, like, to building a tribal deck that doesn't have, like, a commander that is, for that tribe, this is kind of like the catch-all. Or you could do more fun monuments, like, check that episode out that I did on that one. That one's quite fun. But, yeah, we see different kinds of cards that do, again, have a very substantial impact in Commander. Again, whether they're cards in the 99 or cards as Commanders, these cards that are pushed, of course, I mean, obviously see impacts in other formats like Modern, but yeah, push cards do see an impact in Commander. We'll get to the exact numbers here at the end of this, but again, just thinking back, again, it's been a good amount of years. 2019 was when Modern Horizons 1 came out. That seems like forever ago, before the year of Commander even. And again, just how impactful that has been, how those cards have been in Commander is huge. So moving forward to Modern Horizons 2, which came out in, looking at the cards, I believe, 2021, 2 years later, you can see some really heavy hitters in here too. Most notably, perhaps Esper Sentinel, which is an incredibly impactful card. I mean, Yavimaya, of course, very good as well. Tireless Provisioner, gross. How in the world was that ever uncommon? Damn. Yeah, again, a great board wipe as well. Academy Manufacturer, huge for token type strategies. Dothy Voidwalker, a gross card as well. Goblin and Narcomancer, great for cost reduction. Noble Hierarch, yet another cool Hierarch. Again, yet another sword. We saw a lot of things. Oh, of course, the bridges as well. I forgot about those. I love those. An entire Garth deck built around those. But basically, again, cards that are very impactful that, again, were designed for Modern, but also with keeping Commander in mind, too, for some of them, I am sure. When you have those types of sets that are kind of ignoring Standard, you can ignore some of those Standard power level restrictions, which Wizards has been doing. Of course, there's a push and pull with that with the community where, again, formats like Modern might not like a giant shakeup all the time when it's supposed to be more of a format that is a bit more steady, let's say. Versus Commander, yeah, I mean, you also have shakeups too, but yeah, you don't really have to take apart your decks every single time, you know, a new set comes out because things get incredibly pushed. It depends on your play group, obviously. If you really want to be like, I need the most powerful deck of all time every single time, it's not really what Commander is for the most part, unless you're playing CDH maybe. Anyways, next up, the actual commanders that came out in Modern Horizons 2, though, I mean, we see Ragavan, which is kind of more of an impact on other formats for the most part. Sith's Harvest Hand, though, one of the most popular Enchantress commanders of all time. Chatterfang, which really put squirrels on the map, one of the most popular tribal commanders of all time. So you see some really heavy hitters. Karth the Lion, great for Planeswalker decks, of course, as well. You saw a lot of really heavy hitters from this set as well. And of course, we're not done because obviously these sets were quite successful. Again, with the change moving forward to having 6 standard sets in a year, though, that is lowering the power level. So how are they going to go about maybe fitting in, if they are, again, a direct to Modern set? And is that what players actually want? And again, when it comes to direct to Modern, that just basically means to Commander players, higher power level set that also, of course, is going to have some Commander's goodies in there too. And then, of course, Modern Horizons 3, which came out, this year? Yeah, we had a lot of great things in it as well. I mean, some MDFC lands that are huge, Sing into Super and Fell to Profane. Basically, yeah, removal, essentially, just for free in your deck. Witch Enchanter as well. Again, a lot of great MDFCs. Shifting Woodland, a very good card as well. And, yeah, Curse Marauder, gross. Warren Soul Trader, gross. Disciple Freyalise, very good card. There's a lot of very impactful cards from this set. Oh, I missed Urza's Cave. Very good as well if you need a specific land. But, yeah. Again, a lot of very impactful cards that are starting to see more and more and more play in Commander. And, of course, yeah, some very impactful commanders from that as well. I mean, Ulamog the Defiler, I don't know if you've gone up against one of those. My goodness, is that thing absolutely disgusting and gross. See, a great finisher. Emrakul the World anew. A lot of very impactful commanders. The Necrobloom, Ulalek, Fuse Atrocity, Sorin, absolutely gross too. Yeah, a lot of, again, high impact cards from these sets because, again, they are push. You would never see, I mean, I could be wrong. You would never see, like, Ulamog the Defiler in a standard set, I wouldn't think. So, again, with this kind of adjustment moving forward, are we going to be lowering the power level of cards moving forward potentially for cards coming into Commander? I personally don't think that's a bad thing. I don't necessarily like when there's like, yeah, we just keep power creeping further and further and further, pushing things further and further and further every single time. Where you're just like, okay, yeah, that's a new Commander staple. Oh, that's a new Commander staple. That's a new Commander staple. Now, these are the 3, known or named Modern sets, right? Actually, did I include the? Yeah, I did include the M3C, which again was such a weird kind of thing. Let me see if I can find one of those commanders here really quick. Actually, maybe were they? There we go. Ulalek, yeah, Ulalek. So, like, they had Ulalek is not legal in Modern, right? Because it was made in the Commander product for Modern Horizons 3. It's kind of confusing because, again, it's like Modern Horizons 3. But not legal in Modern because it's now the Commander product. So, like, MH3 is legal in Modern, but M3C is not legal in Modern but again, still like attaching the incredibly powerful cards to Modern Horizons, but not having them legal in Modern. It's a weird, complex thing, but yeah, not that they couldn't do that moving forward, obviously, with Commander precons and stuff like that from standard sets. Those aren't going to be legal in standard themselves, but still, there are ways for them to get push cards into the Commander format. But again, with the adjustment moving forward to more standard sets, which again, whether or not that's good for standard, if you're a standard player, obviously you can debate on that. But when it comes to Commander, I do think it will lower the power level of things moving forward, hopefully for a bit for Commander. That being said, again, when it comes to Commander specific things, again, another like, direct to Modern set in a way that was, actually more so direct to Commander really, but still, like, obviously it is something that doesn't go to standard, so its power level can be higher, and it is, specific for Commander. The Commander 2020, the year of Commander. This one had some very push things, obviously, and we'll go through again the top cards, the numbers over the past 2 years, and seeing where many of these things ended up. But yeah, Fierce Guardianship, gross. Deflecting SWAT, gross. Any of the free cards. Call the Coppercoat's one of the best token generators of all time. Nesting Ground's a very cool card. Molten Echo's a very impactful card for tribal decks as well. A lot of very, very, very impactful cards on Commanders. So the Badgersaur is gross too. And it comes to Commanders from that as well. We got Xyrus the Writhing Storm, Zexar the Exemplary for Hydras. Got the partner combinations, like the partner with combinations from that too. Calamax, oh my goodness, that thing is disgusting. You tie him, really cool as well. But yes, again, we got like specifically pushed things again in some of these aspects. And again, if things are moving forward where we're going to be getting less and less and less products that are potentially direct to Modern, that might lower things. And then we have another example of this is from 2023 last year, the Commander Masters product, which of course did have a lot of reprints. And really quick off to the side, that is kind of what many players are saying out there. Like the pushed power level sets are great in some ways, but not good in other ways. Again, if you are a Modern player, you don't necessarily want that shakeup all the time. And when it comes to like if wanting a higher power level set, the solution that many people have put out there is, well, just do like Masters sets that are just reprints essentially, so you're not like shaking up the format specifically with cards meant to shake up the format. Whether or not Wizards will do that when it comes to master sets versus printing new cards, again, like the Commander's Master set had a little bit of both. Like there were mostly reprints, but there were also some new cards in there. Apparently 32 cards that were not Commanders from there as well. And again, very specific things that are a bit pushed, but yeah, like Eldrazi got some cards in there as well. Darksteel Moth is a gross card too. Yeah, some really heavy hitters from that. Comes to actual Commanders from that product as well. Zul'Dak Void Gorger, a very, very popular Eldrazi commander, or just colorless commander in general, and a couple other really impactful ones as well. But yeah, when it comes to, again, just the impact that these non-standard sets, I guess I should say non-standard products have had on Commander, it's pretty apparent. I mean, not in the like top cards out there, because yeah, we got some like long-staying cards in Commander like Sol Ring, and now Arcane Signet apparently up there too. Swords of Plowshares, Cultivate. But when we go a little bit further down the chart, I'll try to stop, and let me know if I miss any in here, but I'm going to try to stop on ones that actually come from the Commander, the direct-to-modern products, or the cards that, again, are not legal in Standard. Talisman of Creativity is one that stands out right away as one that did that. Of course, all the other talismans that are in that, new printing of 5 talismans from what was that, Modern Horizons 1, where we got those essentially reprints into Commander Masters. You got that. A little further down, Generous Gift. Also, I believe in that Modern Horizons 1, Ignoble Hierarch, I think was in Modern Horizons 3 as well. Then we've got, of course, another talisman there with Talisman of, what is that, Hierarchy. We've got, keep moving, Talisman of Conviction, I believe was another one as well. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong on any of these. I might be misspeaking, but that is okay. Esper Sentinel was one as well, Modern Horizons 2 for that printing. Then we've got, we're going to keep going. Fierce Guardianship, of course, another highly impactful, highly salty card from Commander 2020. I was about to say Commander Masters, but reprinted there, I believe. Again, a lot of high-impact cards, Deflecting, SWAT, and Dam, both also in this as well for those, again, direct-to-modern, quote-unquote, sets that, I mean, obviously, your Commander Masters too as well. But yeah, ones that are outside of Standard, so outside the Standard power level when it comes to the cards that they're actually producing for it. So when it comes to the impact, Goblin and Archimancer as well right there, another one. Murph the Boundless, one of the most popular commanders of all time as well, up there. Yeah, again, yet another card that you can see just, yeah, again, for the top 100 cards, there are quite a few And again, Commander has been around for a long time. There's been a long time for so many of these cards to build up popularity over all the years. But in the most recent years, I mean, what I say, MH1 was 2019. In the last 5 years, we've gotten some incredibly impactful and pushed cards. And when it comes to the power levels of sets, again, there is a limitation when you do have it in Standard. There's a limitation to how powerful they're going to be willing to make certain things. And when they are outside of that, when they've got the direct-to-modern sets, which do shake up Modern, you also have certain things that do come in and shake up Commander when it comes to the most popular cards out there, when it comes to most popular commanders out there, because they are more willing to push things further. But moving forward again, with our roadmap, we are getting, again, like it or hate it, we are getting 6 sets that are Standard legal. 6 sets that are Standard legal, which I believe, let me know in the comments below, but that has to be the most of all time coming into a year, I believe. But yeah, and most of all time, we'll see what other kinds of sets there might be moving forward. But yeah, whether or not that's what players want, if players actually want these direct-to-modern sets, players want these sets that are pushed to the point where those cards make a giant impact on a format that's supposed to be a bit more stable. And again, that does impact Commander when those things do come out, because we get certain push things. I mean, again, if Modern Horizons 1 never happened, Urza, Lord High Harvester, would not be, I'm not going to say a problematic commander, but a commander that is absurdly pushed. Like one of the most pushed commanders of all time. That is definitely a kill on sight commander that you see at the table. You're like, yeah, I need to take that player out immediately. Let's all do that, okay? But yeah, you get these commanders that are pushed. You get these cards that are pushed. You get these cards that are hugely impactful. And again, for a format like Commander that's been around for so many years, and we're getting a lot of cards. I mean, I think I named, let me know in the comments below. I should probably count it itself, but in here, I think I probably named at least 15 plus cards in here out of the top 100. A decent percentage of the cards that have been around for a long time now are just cards that are, well, again, coming out. And did I even mention? No, I never. That's Dominator United, Thomas Lotus. But anyways, there's a lot of cards that are coming out that are in that kind of pushed set, a push power level set, essentially, that are making an impact, not just in Modern, but in Commander as well. So again, I'll try to remember to link that, the actual blog post in the description below, in the comments below as well if I can, and make sure that you vote on that as well. And let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on all of this, and what your thoughts are on what the community says so far. Again, looks like, it's not overwhelming. I'm not saying the numbers are overwhelming, but yeah, that is a decent percentage more for no versus yes. So we shall see where Wizards moves forward with that. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.